Okay, it's a quick video for myself, Harvey Goldman. There are edits, there are definitely cuts, there are still no filters, and I still got no hair. So the reason for this preface to the video is that on a recent trip to Torquay to do a gig, in the morning I went and got a coffee, basically had a random encounter with a homeless person called Sally. We sat down, had a bit of a chat, and this is basically a bit of Sally's story. So the actual video was about 30 minutes long. I've taken quite a bit of it out, and the reasons for that are that the content probably wouldn't have been very suitable for YouTube. I didn't want to put anything in that put Sally in a bad light or did an injustice to her. So for that reason, that content is gone. It will never be seen, and it is what it is. It's very clear from the video, about 3-4 minutes in, that Sally does have mental health issues, and that she's also not receiving the correct help, if any help at all, for this. Now, whether that's help that's from local borough councils that seem to just push her from pillar to post, whether it's caseworkers or support workers that perhaps aren't giving her the right help or helping her in the right way, or in a way that she can understand, or whether it's just medication that's needed that's not being given. It could be anything, it could be all of them, it could be none of them. But it is clear that there are issues that aren't being addressed. I did pay it forward, obviously. I bought Sally lunch. I gave her some money. She mentioned that she'd lost a mobile phone a couple of weeks back or whatever it was. So in the interest of wanting to help her reach out, try and get hold of her kids, or just have a phone so she can get help, I drove all the way back to mine, got her one of my old phones, put some credit on it, drove all the way back and gave her the phone. So look, that's me paying it forward. This video's not been put out for likes or comments or shares or whatever. It is literally just to highlight this end of the economic spectrum, and the issues that people face. And that's it. Nothing else to say. Okay, so I'm here with Sally, who I've just met, and yeah, so just tell us a little bit about yourself, Sally. Just a little bit about you.
Homeless at the moment. I was in an illegal eviction. I was also in an illegal sanction with benefits. And well, I had to leave because the house was being fumed. They labelled me and was electrocuted in a library in Worcester. I'm Diocese of Worcester as well. And
Okay, a long way from Worcester.
yeah, and it's just like the old city turned against me. I don't know. It just went weird. I tried explaining to friends, but maybe they got their own lives and they just didn't seem interested or thought I was crazy. It's like everything went against me. I was being fumed in my house.
So what was life like before being homeless?
I was all right. Because what happened, my mother and father died. I was left an inheritance. Like an idiot, I should have left as soon as I got it. And the kids, I had the two oldest kids with me, and so
It's tough times, I'd imagine. Do you still see your kids?
no, I ain't seen them for over 9 months. None of them.
And are they local?
I don't know where they are at the moment. I think they're in Worcester. But the daughter was still there. My eldest lad, he looked funny with me, and I was thinking, is it because he's being affected by the fumes, and he don't know it, because one of his mates, when he was in the front room, I could see him in the garden even though he was in the front room, and I was worried that they might be playing in. My daughter stopped. So anyway, I was paying blooming bills and rent when I shouldn't have been.
Right.
I'm being fumed. There's things in the activity in the ceiling, the walls, the floor. I thought I'll get the out of here. So I went to West.
So you got out.
Went
So-
to West and just
So for,
I'm here now.
for yourself, what's the hardest part about being homeless, especially as a female? What's the hardest part?
Well, I suppose safety, but there's good. I've got good men around me and that.
Well, that's important. If you've got people. I mean, obviously
The thing that's doing my head in, I want to speak to my kids and my family and try and find out what on earth's going on, because I feel like they've been real manipulation. Because I feel like there's been manipulation.
Do you not have contact details for it?
No, I did have a phone. I left it in Exeter.
Oh God.
I've tried getting in contact with them. I'm sorry about my tears.
Oh, okay.
Tried getting in contact with them because they put a Bin Laden signal into my. I don't know if it was a real one.
Right.
Into my bedroom, underneath the radiator, I missed Bin Laden. I'm not, but that's what I heard in this really clear, well-spoken accent. Kept seeing writing about Saddam and Hamas, but everyone, oh, I'm a loony and stuff like that.
So
It's just been crazy.
So, I mean, where
Oh, I'm a rat about it.
where would you normally sleep? Like being homeless, obviously. How do you find places to sleep? Do you find that you get moved on a lot by councils, or do the councils help?
Well, the people who push the things a bit, they're friendly and that.
Street sweepers and stuff.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah. So I mean, they're council staff, aren't they?
Yeah.
But what about the other end of it? So say if you need
In
a
the
place
building,
to
when I
stay.
go in the building.
Yeah.
No, they just say you're not from here, so we can't help you.
So you've got that. If you go to an area you've not got local ties,
Yeah.
they turn you away.
And half the time I say, well, I don't know. There could be family of mine living here. They could be living, I don't know.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think that society treats homeless people fairly?
Well, I don't know about the word fairly, because of bad things going on around the planet and all that. But what I hear through the media, that it's £1 billion empire and there's this and that,
Yeah.
I think, oh, maybe we should be living like lords then.
Yeah, I do a lot of videos.
I suppose you
on
can turn it into that because it's nice outside. More of my problem is the slander that's been put towards my name.
Right.
That's
Yeah, it can be difficult to clear, can't it?
that's
I
the
guess.
no, that's the problem that I'm dealing with. No, I wasn't.
So have you ever been offered help by the government or by a charity that didn't actually really help you? That you could have had better help from them, or they could have
No,
helped
that's
you
the
in a different
work
way.
things that they sent me to when I was in Worcester. Restart.
They sent you to different work clubs.
These courses.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
hasn't got me anywhere.
It's not got you anywhere.
I was in a legal eviction. They sanctioned me. They were taking me. They're still taking money off me. They've been taking out my benefits that shouldn't have been for years. They're just not. That should be paid back to me. This is what's been going on for years now. I know it's about money all the blooming
Yeah.
time. This is in the house. It sounds crazy. I got shot in top of the lip from the skirting boards.
Right. Okay.
It's like sometimes it's like this talking here, look, in front of my mouth. And I'm thinking, what on earth's going on? And it sounded like I made a threat, when I know I never, but as soon as I heard it from the skirting boards to my face, the top of my lip turned a different colour.
So
And next thing I know, it's death row and God knows what. I'm thinking, what the bloody hell?
so say how do you think people can
Sounds
best help
strange.
somebody
What,
in
in my
homeless?
position?
Yeah. What's the best thing that a member of the public or someone that's not homeless could do to help someone in your position?
Well, I need somewhere, because I can get there's a 50p shower up there, so I'd need to get a towel. There's a church where you can get a shower.
Different churches?
Yeah,
Okay.
but there's been things happening there as well. This is quite complex what's been going on, because I don't know the truth of it either.
Right.
With these things that I've been hearing, and because I've been told I'm not a schizophrenic, but sometimes I hear things by my ear holes.
Okay.
But I'm aware that I'm being doped, and I don't know how. I think it's through the floor of the walls or in the clothes. And I presume it's some sort of party dope that people might use, because I don't willingly take drugs or anything. I'm not
No.
accusing anyone, because it's been happening to me for some time.
So, if there was one thing,
Well, I am, but I don't know. It's
So-
usually through the floors or the walls and the
so
stuff that's been closed.
say if there was one thing that somebody could take away from listening to your story,
Yeah.
that would help them, what would that be? If there was one,
If I could help
if there
someone,
was one bit of advice that you could give to somebody else who's homeless, or
make sure you read. Oh, if they're homeless.
yeah,
Oh,
what would be the best bit of advice that you can give somebody that would help them?
that's a tricky question. I don't know. If you was homeless, I'd probably tell you where to go. But then at the same time, I'd think, well, hang on, because I got shot in the nose outside one of the churches the other day. Must
What,
be an
hair?
air.
Hair?
It must be an air pellet.
With
or
an air
something.
pistol?
Well, that's what I presume it is, and there's obviously a cloud or something that it goes through and it pushes it into my face.
Right.
It's that sort of thing going on.
Wow.
See, when I know the correct terms to use, and I know what it is that's being used, I don't sound so crazy.
Sure.
Because I don't understand it, then it makes me seem a bit.
Yeah. Well, look. At the end of the day, everybody's got a story, haven't they? And you know, it's important. I guess from my point of view, I do videos on YouTube just about the economy, how it's a bit broken, how Britain is kind of struggling, and people struggle at all different levels. And I think obviously it's important to highlight people that are homeless as much as it's important to highlight people that are doing well. And there seems to be a massive divide in between the two.
Well, I've been to places that are meant to help, but they haven't.
Yeah.
For example, Citizen Advice Bureau.
So they didn't give
But that was in Worcester.
So they didn't give you any help at all?
No, they just blurted something out.
So it wasn't useful?
Not at all. They
Yeah.
blurted something out. I thought, what? Oh, hang on. My mind can't act this with everything that had been going on, so I just stood. Oh, they're off sick. Dude, did not. I stood up and I walked out calmly. I thought, bloody hell. There's loads of things I could go on about.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely crazy. My life was attacked in a big way.
So,
I don't know if it's to do with money or whatever it is, I don't know. Legal eviction. I was in an assured tenancy. But because of all the effect of the fumes and everything, my mind weren't thinking correctly, but now I'm thinking,
so do you think it'd be helpful?
I couldn't have stopped there, I'd have ended up dead or crazy.
Do you think it'd be helpful if you had a mobile phone?
I did have one, I left it in
In Exeter?
yeah.
Yeah, do you think it'd be helpful if you had another one though? Would that help you out?
I suppose so, if I could learn to work off it, because apparently you can work off them.
Well, yeah, I mean, people earn money on their phones, yeah.
Yeah, I do need help with things because I can't think correctly.
Yeah.
That's what's been going. That's the effect. That
I mean, do
this
you
is
get
having.
help for that? Whether it's like talking to somebody or medication or whatever it might be?
No, I don't need medication. I don't want medication. Every now and then I have a drink, but it's this.
I don't
these
think anybody can grudge you
fumes. You know how you say it's a lock on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they've done something to me, and they lock onto my nostrils, my ears, my mouth.
Okay.
Really? I know it sounds crazy. For example, I was in the back room where I used to do my exercising. There was the first weird thing I noticed was the mirror in the back in the kitchen. So there's the mirror there. I'd walk out of the kitchen. Hang on, there's something weird. I'm seeing different reflections. And in the room upstairs where I used to do the exercise, I looked in the mirror because I was starting to look really well. I was sort of blossoming. My body was looking good. I was thinking, I'm doing well. I'd given up smoking. And I looked, I thought, hang on, that ain't my nostril. In the reflection, my left nostril looked like a different nostril. This sounds crazy. So I presume, with hindsight, that someone was targeting. Oh, they're here, target.
Okay.
So then I go and sit on my bed in the bedroom. I was reading a book, job search, or watching a film or something on my phone. And then on the wall, which was me old neighbour's Clive side, something went into my nostril. Then I started hallucinating. I was being doped in my sleep
Well,
through the wars. And that sounds crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Sally, it's been awesome speaking to you. Yeah, I know it's a weird bit of kit, isn't it? It's a weird bit of kit.
It looks good.
So what's next for you? I mean, what are your plans for today?
Today,
yeah.
It's a lot better now because I've got this. Because it gets a bit bad sometimes because I ain't had no money. My mates help me out with tobacco, but I feel like I'm a pain But I've already told him I can buy him some back when I get paid, because I get paid on the 28th.
Right.
So it's better now, because I've got this, got a tenner in my hand. That's my aim, is to try and make some more money, but like I say, here I go again. Because of all this, I can't think properly. But if I'm with someone and I get some sort of partner or a team member, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, it's a lovely sunny day, Sally. It's been awesome speaking to you. And yeah,
All right then.
good to speak to you, and obviously good to find out your story. And I'm hoping that anybody that sees this will, be able to get help if they need it.
Yeah. It's been absolutely crazy.
Okay, so that was Sally's story. So it's not going to be a huge theme for the channel moving forward. I do very much prefer the raw format where you just press record and go. There will be another interview that will be coming probably in about a month, something like that. That'll be with a multi-millionaire, and that's once lined up, will be basically their starting point, their journey, their story of how they got to where they are, what it meant for their family, how it's going to affect generations of their family moving forward, and how they plan to maintain that position. It'll be quite interesting because obviously hearing all ends, I think it'll give a broader idea of what the economy's like out there, and how people at all levels have their own struggle. Now, whether the struggle that a millionaire faces is going to be the same as a struggle that I face or that even Sally faces is obviously very much debatable. But certainly people in all economic walks of life have struggles that are relative to their economic position. So I think it'd just be interesting to get that perspective. So that video will come out probably in about a month. It's going to take a bit of setting up. Obviously, the availability of this person is a bit of an issue, but we're working on that. So there you go. That's it. Goldman, peace out.